Okay, now we're back to the 225 electric service panel inside the southeast corner of the garage. And what we have here is, this is called bundling. Right there, you're only supposed to bring 2 cables in at a time. Now, it's easier for them just to knock out one of these for the L1 and L2, and snake all these guys in there, but that's called the skin effect. It creates heat. So that wasn't done properly. Coming on along here, the panel, see that? It was screwed in. Faster and tighter, we get that. How many times have you heard me say that? Faster and tighter. But these screws do not have the same tensile strength, shear strength, as nails. So if this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, if this cabinet, load center, call it what you will, but if this has been nailed in, it'd stand a better chance of staying in place than with those screws. This is L1 and L2. You're supposed to have rubber boots over those. It's copper to copper. And we're coming in here, but they cut the insulation back too far. See all that exposed copper? That's why they just went to go into the rubber boots, because they couldn't get the electricians to act right. That's what no offense. So coming on along. I'm not seeing any double lugging in there. Grounds can be double lug, neutral's not, but I'm just not seeing it. Right here, see this cable right here? Alright, that's your main neutral. It's supposed to have white tape wrapped around it so that you know that it's a neutral. If you're in this box and you can't tell that it's a neutral, you don't belong in this box. But all the same, it's supposed to be wrapped. And then right here, these white cables coming in here, these white wires, stranded cable. Okay, well, every time where it's white, then that should be wrapped with black tape. And again, if you don't know that's hot, then you don't belong in this butt. You're supposed to have it wrapped. Cables aren't supposed to be bent in a radius tighter than 7 inches. Cables are not supposed to be in contact with the front cover plate. You're not supposed to have debris inside the cabinet, and you're not supposed to have paint inside of the cabinet. Coming on along, 50 and 30. These are the whites right here, 50 and 30. Pardon me while I go to my notes. Because it's not labeled like it should be. It's not labeled like it would be. That's 35 and 40. So 1 or more of these breakers are undersized to the condensing unit. The manufacturer, HVAC, air conditioning condensing units, the manufacturer does provide a range, but they prefer the largest breaker available. And so again, one of these breakers, or both, are undersized. We've already talked about the panel. The manufacturer's spec sheet, the data sheet's missing, so this panel's obsolete. I mean, I hate to condemn it, because any electrician can come in here and figure out what he's dealing with, but the manufacturer's label is not supposed to be removed. And then here's the labeling I was talking about earlier. That's just not specific enough, and it's handwritten. It's supposed to be printed like this, not printed like that, not hand printed. So that's what we're going with. Moving on along, we got a few more long leads. But other than that, the panel basically is operational. Not perfect at all, but operational.